Today, let's take a look at my Saddleback Puffer. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Paul, and today we're going to take a closer look at the Saddleback Puffer and the requirements needed to keep one of these guys happy. Now let me start by warning you that this fish is reef safe with caution, meaning that if you have corals, he may go at them and start nibbling at them. In my case, when I first introduced my puffer to the tank, he did start going after the polyps on the green slimer, and then after a day or two, then he stopped. Based on what I've seen so far, he has stopped nibbling on the SPS corals, and he's focusing mainly on just hunting for brittle starfish and other creatures that are in the fish tank. I do feed him Misc shrimp, brine shrimp, and clams on a half shell. And that half shell is there to help him trim his beak down, because if his beak starts growing, it's going to cover his whole mouth and he won't be able to eat, and in result he's going to die. So it's a good idea to have that clamshell just so that he can trim his beak back. He's also been biting on the vermitid snails, the small ones to be specific, and I think that's also helping with trimming his beak down. Now if you don't have any of that, then you're supposed to take the fish out, dilute him in some chemical to kind of slow him down so that you can trim his beak. This guy is a slow mover in that he hunts all day, but he slowly looks at his prey just to make sure it is what he wants before he goes for the kill. Same thing when feeding my fish with pellets. All the other fishes are fast and they know exactly what they want, and they go straight for their food, while this guy, even though he sees it in front of him, he's still looking at it, trying to identify what it is before he takes a stab at it. Now with water parameter, there's nothing special about this fish. If you have a reef tank, he will fit right in just perfectly fine. I have an SPS dominated tank, and so my water parameters are most of the time pretty solid, so he's actually doing fine in there. I wouldn't have to worry about it if your parameters are off by a little bit. He's hardy enough to adjust. Now, if you have invertebrates like shrimps and snails, I'd have to warn you that he does like to pick at them. I have mainly Astrius and turbo snails, and he has tried to bite them, but aside from that, that is it. I haven't seen him actually devour one. He does nibble at them from time to time. I do have bumblebee snails, and I haven't really seen him attack them. And I also have Nasarius snails, but those guys are hidden during the day and they only come out at nighttime. So during nighttime, the puffer is actually sleeping, so he doesn't really attack those guys. As for shrimps, I don't have any in my tank, so I don't have to worry about that. But if you do have some in your tank, that might be something for you to consider, as he will definitely go after them. Now let's talk about cost. I paid about right around $30 to $40 for the one that I have, and I actually bought two prior to the one that I have, and those two didn't make it past the quarantine stage. So with this one, I mainly just did a freshwater dip and then quarantined him for like a few hours just to inspect him, just to make sure there wasn't anything on his skin, and then I just threw him into the main display tank. So far he's been fine, and all the other fishes has been fine. So I mean, you could QT it. I tried and the other two didn't make it, so I just didn't want to waste money again. And you know, maybe this fish is just that sensitive, so he didn't really like the copper. For this one, I had to just slowly water drip acclimate him and just threw right to the display tank, and so far he's been doing great this whole time. I haven't seen any infections from any other fishes, so maybe I got lucky with this one. But if you want to quarantine, I think that's the best approach. I just didn't have any luck quarantining the puffer fish, so this third one I just threw him straight into my tank. In terms of tank size, it's a matter of opinion, but the larger the better. I would say nothing smaller than a 30-gallon, because they do need space to swim around and to look for creatures, and if the tank is too small, there's just probably not going to be that much pods in that tank. If you want to see more or know more about the puffer fish, there was a movie on Netflix called Wonders of the Reef, where they actually show you the reef from the eye of this saddleback Puffer, and you should go watch that video if you want to know more about the reef and along with this puffer and his living environment. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Just want to let you know I really do enjoy my puffer fish. He's the one guy that's always busy in my tank along with the 6'9" wrasse. And this guy just has a very unique, different character, and I'm always happy to see him when I'm looking at my tank. If you're looking to get this fish for your tank setup, do some more research just to make sure this is what you're looking for. But ultimately, I think you'll enjoy him when he's in your tank. If you have any questions, please drop it down in the comment section below, guys, and I will see you in the next video.